What's up, world? I go by Ollie Red, and you are now tuned into season 2, episode 3 of the All Things House podcast. Tonight, we got some homeboys all the way from LA. They drove down. It's going to be a good one for sure because they got a lot of good things to discuss. Got to my left right here, Zen1th, Alex Noize. Let's go. They honor the group. Sweet like chocolate, right?
Yep.
My dudes. Thanks for coming down.
Hey, thanks for having us, man.
For sure,
Appreciate
for
you.
sure.
Thank you for having me, my guy.
Sure.
Hold on.
Don't worry, dog. We can edit everything. Don't worry.
Keep it in. It's authentic.
Cool. All right, fellas. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. So we met because we're in a group, a collective, Noise in the Hood. Shout out to all the homies, Noise in the Hood.
Yes, sir.
But you guys individually, let's get into kind of how you guys started in the music game, and then kind of go in depth with more like the DJ aspect and then the production aspect, music aspect of it.
Okay. So, really, I started in music. I would say both of my parents are pastors, so
Okay.
I've always been in gospel and in the choir, and I started off singing in the choir and all these things, and so music was always kind of a thing that was in my mind, but it wasn't really a thing I was doing at a young age. I was more so an athlete. So I played basketball, played football, and then even later on in life, I started cage fighting. And but music has always been there. It's always been a connector. It's always been a thing that all of us love. It brings all of us together. I am in a family of 5 sisters, 1 brother. So I had a lot of influence, early 90s hip hop and R&B, just a lot of different influences as far as music. So when I really started actually getting into music was actually later in life. I was looking for an creative outlet, and DJing was a thing that always was kind of something that I was interested in. So I started doing it. I just was like, yo, you want to do this? Let's start doing it. And I absolutely fell in love with it.
Now, as far as you trying to like do it and you felt a connection with DJing, what was that connection? Was it you went out one time, you saw someone DJing, you wanted to do that, or was it like?
Yeah. So I think it was more so going to shows, like you were saying, going and seeing people, seeing how the crowd reacts. For house music though, I remember in particular, I went and saw it was a Coachella set actually. I'm trying to think of who was there. It might have been Carl Cox actually.
There we go.
Went and saw Carl Cox, and I remember just the way the crowd reacts to him. And coming from a hip hop scene, it's a lot different because hip hop sometimes, and I love hip hop. This isn't any type of diss to hip hop, but
Yeah.
Just the way people just dance, and it's just a vibe, and people are just there to have a good time. Just everybody's just dancing. It's just a different type of energy, and when I felt that, I was just like, wow, this is different from what I'm used to. Let me dive more into this. And when I started DJing, I actually started DJing hip hop, and then I transitioned to house just because of that. I was like, oh wow, this is what I want to be a part of. This is the scene that I want to be. This is what I want to do.
Do you remember what year this was? What Coachella was? You first saw Carl?
You know how Coachellas are.
Yeah, I know. That shit kind of runs in like 17, 16, 18.
They all blend together because it's just madness. Like I want him to come. I can't wait for stuff to open back up because I want him to go to Coachella so bad.
Never
Like,
been, man.
Me either.
Oh, really?
Never been.
Oh,
Never
man.
been.
oh my god,
I gotta go. I can't wait for that.
When I say it's life changing,
Mhm.
I feel like that is a little dramatic, but it's like
It's that good shit.
it's like that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
And we got a party, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're just meeting so many people from all different backgrounds and all different places, and everybody's there to vibe, and it's so much fun, man. It's so much.
Listen, we're playing at Coachella.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, we're playing at Coachella.
We gotta
Like,
play.
Manifesting that.
Manifesting that right
that's-
now.
yeah,
For sure,
right
for
here.
sure.
Season 2, episode 3.
There we go. Mark it down.
Mark it
Right
down
here.
right now.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. All right, my dude.
Yeah.
You up?
So for me, my dad is definitely like a huge influence on me musically. He used to have like just a crazy record collection, not even record collection, well, record collection and CD collection mainly. And just me as a kid, like I always used to be kind of like around the house, just like kind of like, I think, listen to like different CDs and everything. Like I'm talking like Quincy Jones stuff, like classic even rap albums, everything from rap to jazz. I used to listen to Foreplay. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. You know about Foreplay? Foreplay that you just like, it's basically like, I guess like the rap pack of like jazz. And I used to just go and like literally listen to the CDs, go and read the album liner notes, find out who produced it, who wrote the lyrics, what the lyrics were. So I was just kind of like a music nerd from early. Then from there, like kind of like as I got older, my dad made me play a whole bunch of instruments and stuff. I learned all of them badly. I didn't didn't learn them all too well. But I mean, I guess that kind of like taught me, kind of like developed my ear a lot more.
Yeah.
Then I think like kind of when I got into my teenage years, I started. This is back in England as well.
England.
Yeah, in England. Yeah.
There we go.
So England first.
If you guys couldn't tell, that's an England accent.
England first.
Yeah.
But like back there, like literally just I think around about when I was like 14, 15 years old, I used to like, that's when YouTube first started coming out. Well, like for me anyway, like, I started getting access to that. And then I watched this DJ set by DJ AM. It's still on YouTube right now. It was like his opening set at the Palms in Vegas. And I watched it and I just saw he played, I think he played like a remix of Do the Ladies Run This Mother?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he scratched it in to bring him out, like, and the place started going crazy. And at that moment this year, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to figure out how to do that. That's cool as hell, like, So then from there, like, I just started kind of getting the DJ bug. I started kind of just like watching loads of DJ videos and just like trying to like, figure it all out. Within a year or two, I was making bad mixes. I used to force my little brother to just listen to all the mixes I was making on virtual DJ and everything, But I think from there, like,
Shout out AJ.
Shout out to AJ, yeah. he went through it. But from there, just, like, I kind of just used, like, I started collecting, like, music anyway. That's, like, right when, like, LimeWire was there and everything. So it was, like, it's very easy to have that kind of stuff. I had my dad's CDs. iTunes was a big thing, so I was importing CDs, making my own blank CDs and stuff. I'd go to school and just kind of, like, make, like, custom, like, playlists just for school. I didn't realize what I was doing. I was in it for the love of it, but I didn't realize what I was doing at the time. So then, like, kind of when I started getting like a little bit older, whatever it is, not even that old, but I mean like 16 to 17 and everything, I started like sneaking into clubs with my friend. We used to get like fake IDs and everything, or like IDs from older friends and that, and just go to the clubs and everything. And he would go and literally go and chat to all the girls, whereas me, I'll just go and sit in the DJ booth and just watch the DJ. I was obsessed. And then after a while, like the DJ would literally turn around and it's like, yo, like, what, you a DJ? And I was like, nah, I just like watching you, this and that. Like, I want to be one, this and that. And then we connected. Long story short, I kind of just got into it from there, like every single week he'd let me do a little guest spot. Eventually that turned into me just, kind of getting my own, like, like let's say like hour or so, just, opening whatever it is for him. This is like back in the day, I mean, like for England, like the music, especially London, the music was different back then. It was more, we were listening to a whole bunch of like funky house, like UK garage and that kind of stuff, like Artful Dodger, like Crazy Cousins, which is still relevant now. We'll probably get into that a little bit later, but like it's still relevant now. But back in those days, like that was like, I mean, the American stuff was obviously the R&B and hip hop and everything, and that came. But I mean, we were just on our own little vibe for a little bit, and it was just kind of like a nice little underground culture. And I was just lucky enough to be a part of that as I was growing up, and I was like kind of like earning my stripes. So then by the time I got to university, I kind of like already, I guess, like learned a lot, and like I was teaching myself, and I was very, very motivated to kind of like make something out of it. And then like people knew I was like trying to be a DJ, and they kind of started like let me play at like parties, house parties, this and that, like pre-games, all that kind of stuff. And then like eventually I started getting booked. One of my friends was a promoter. He got a show, and he got himself like a weekly spot and just let me just DJ there in front of no one. Like his night never really kicked off, so no one came to it. But that was perfect for me because I got to actually learn how to DJ.
Those hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Hours
You put your hours in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, it's like, I guess it was like a nice little transition, and like things started like kind of perking up a little bit more. So.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So when did you come to the States? What year?
I came to the States in 2013.
2013.
So that was when I was 21 years old. I finished university. Then literally that summer I was DJ. I had a residency back in Bournemouth, which is South England.
Okay.
Then right at the end of the summer, I had a green card, and just came out here.
And then that's where you went to DC, right?
Yeah.
So now
I was in Virginia, then I went to DC.
DC, okay. Now did you guys meet in no?
Nah.
Yeah, here,
The way we met is different. Yeah.
So we know each other. Actually, what I found out about today. Actually, so we know the homeboy Wayne.
Yeah, Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
Yeah. Shout out to
He
Wayne.
runs Deep Tech.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the Baltimore, DC area.
Yeah.
So actually, we found out about today. We
Yeah, that's my guy. Wayne is someone who literally, as I was kind of getting like, because when I first came to America, I didn't know anybody at all. So I kind of started going out by myself and trying to like meet people, this and that, and like mine and Wayne's like paths came across. I think I may have been DJing one night downstairs at Flash, which is my favorite spot in DC for like house music and stuff. He's been there. I took him there. I took him there. Yeah.
That's Flash is. Man,
it's an experience, man.
It is.
It's a rite of passage.
And then to see the love that DC has for this guy is, it was crazy because he kind of he told me about it before he went. He's like, look, I'm gonna take you to DC. I'm gonna show you around, but like, just know, like
it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
So when I went and he played, and who was playing that?
Jack
night?
London.
Jack London. And when I tell you, the place was jumping when Alex was on. It was just such an experience, and I was just like so happy to be there, like being a friend of his, like, and just being there and experiencing that and seeing it, just how much love this guy got was just like it was something else, man.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah, and then just the rooftop and just the whole vibe. It
was a vibe, right?
So let me tell you about Flash. So basically, Flash is basically three levels. Basically, like downstairs, it's kind of like it's his own little like kind of intimate spot. It's like similar to, I don't know if you've been to Chicago, like Spy Bar, or like one of those like really like intimate, like probably about like
a lounge type thing.
Not even really. It's like maybe like one seat there, but everybody down there, it's kind of your entrance, so people come in to go up.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, there's always some dope DJs who play downstairs. So like people just like kind of like hang out a little bit, like like over there. But then like if the DJ's good, they literally accommodate down there because like you can go grab some drinks.
Wait,
from the
was
bar,
there somebody playing downstairs when you were there?
I don't think so.
Okay, I can't remember. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'm just.
It was a long.
Hell yeah.
Nah, but so that's the downside. But then the middle bit is literally where you have the function ones, the full on like they treat the room properly, so it's like a full on club experience.
Yeah.
And again, it's like very, very dark. There's no frills. Maybe like some lights is like this kind of like circle of the LEDs that goes like back and forth and everything. But it's purely, if you're a good DJ, you can literally destroy that room. Like you want like your favorite DJs. I'm talking like I've seen like Eats Everything go in there and just destroy that room. Like literally just like
it is still going on right now. I mean, obviously not right now during pandemic, but is it still active?
It's still active. Yeah. So basically, now I think they're doing like some like what's it called? I think they're allowing people to go upstairs to the rooftop and like get like set tables and everything during the pandemic. So and I think that's what's keeping them alive.
Okay.
Sorry if it's not, but I mean like as far as I know,
exclusive.
As far as I know, but yeah, I mean like literally, but that place before the pandemic, it was literally it's a rite of passage as a DJ, especially if you're from the DC area, you want to play there because especially that main room, craziness, like literally just like the sound and everything and just like the experience. I used to go there every Wednesday. Shout out to New Androids. They're my guys who put me on. I used to go there every Wednesday, even if I was DJing or not, like just to go there and just like see who else they'll bring out there. Like we've had, I mean, I can literally just list countless people who literally like the big DJs and everything who come down there and literally said like, yo, this is my favorite place to play because of like the energy and everything. And DC is not known as like, one of those like house music kind of cities.
It's not
off bat,
but they have a good the go-go scene down there.
Oh yeah.
Which a good kind of transition into house music if you can slip something in.
Facts. And the thing is as well, but the thing is, I want to like say this like literally on the record, like DC I think has the most underrated DJ scene in the country. I mean like I've been there for like 7 years, obviously VA, but I was always in DC anyway, like so I'd say 7 years. And literally just like some of the DJs I've seen that come out of there, like
shout out Matthias.
I mean, he's my favorite DJ. Matthias, favorite DJ. Like seriously, he's a killer. Like
I gotta check him out.
Yeah, I'll put you on. He's literally killer. Seriously. And but yeah, from the first time I went there, like just like kind of like obviously I went to go see the big DJs, but I started noticing the opening acts and everything were more talented than some of the big DJs. They're showing them what to do in the city and everything. And then from there, I was like, yo, like you have to show them some love, So that's Flash is literally the rite of passage for
DJs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's kind of get into like when you got out here and then when you guys kind of connected.
Yeah. For sure.
So when he came out here, obviously you're from out here.
Yeah.
What was the scene like out here for you? Was it more like clubs and bars? Was it clubs? How was that scene?
It's like, in what sense?
As far as you spending, or you weren't even spending?
So no, I was spending when he got here. I was spending. So I was playing places on the west side. So I was playing on like Santa Monica, different spots out there. And so we actually met at a very popular spot on the west side called Bungalow. We met through a mutual friend, and so we started chopping it up. And I was just like, "Oh, hey man, like, what do you do?" I'm into music. Like, oh, okay, yeah, me too. Like, what do you listen to? Oh, I like Selection. Like, oh yeah, me too. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah,
that's
like we're friends now. Yeah.
All right, cool.
But I don't think we even like decide like we're friends in that moment.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I think our mutual friend is Ronnie. He used to be head of security at Bungalow. So he brought us there on a Sunday. I was with my boy Sharif, who actually wrote my first album with. He's a rapper / songwriter / singer. Like, so he I came out here with him, and like Ronnie he came to our video shoot before I moved to LA one day. And he was like, yo, when you move to LA, like, come, let's link up, we'll go out, this and that. He said, I know a whole bunch of people out here, like, I can introduce you to people. So he ended up being one of the people he introduced me to. He was like, yo, this is a dope DJ on the west side. You guys should link. He was saying you guys would be great friends, this and that, because he heard like kind of what I was doing, and like he heard what he was doing as well. So then afterwards, like he kind of like pushed us, push us together.
Yeah. Kind of.
So then we started, we started chatting, we got each other's information and everything. I think we started sending each other music like back and forth.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Because were you out here officially?
Yeah, I was out here.
You were out here officially. So we started sending each other music, and then we were like, yo, we should actually hang out. And so we started actually just, honestly, not even really on some music stuff. We were really just kicking it.
Friends.
Just friends.
Friends.
Yeah. And then the more and more we got to know each other, we realized we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
So we just clicked, man, and we just started going out. We started hanging out. We started, going to parties, going to bars, just, normal stuff you do with your friends.
But the thing is, in LA especially, like, since LA is like so big but so small, like at first I'll be with my guy Sharif and he'll be with his guy Shola, but we'd always run into each other.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll be like, yo, shit, that's Garrick over there. Like, I'm like, yo, what's up, my guy? Like, yo, and then like we go to the next one. I was like, yo, you following us? Like,
Oh, remember so this is a pivotal moment, I feel like, in the Alex Noize and Zen1th friendship was. We were going to this place on the west side called Buffalo Club, which plays house music. Yeah. But at the time, they were actually in the production stage of actually coming out with their album. Yeah. So they started playing tracks for us, and they played this song called "Old Money."
Old Money.
Oh yeah.
And I'll never forget that moment. It was. Man, that's still probably my.
I remember.
It's probably still my. I mean, the tracks changed. You know how music is.
Yeah,
but Old Money was a track on that album that is something that's so special to me.
Yeah, that was a moment.
It's
because I remember the same. It was in the car.
Yeah, in the car.
And we played it for the first time. And we turned it.
And Shola was looking at you like, "This is you. This is you. What?"
Right. It's because literally because that was at the moment we were just like testing tracks out. I don't think we even brought it out yet. Like,
no, not yet.
Just testing
not
out and everything.
yet.
So like, obviously, like we ran into each other as usual, like at the bar, and then like we all decided to go to this next spot. And literally on the way there, we're just like, yo, we make music. The reason why we're here is because we're making this album at the moment. So we played it for them in the car, and then like we were all vibing and everything. And I think that's when we like really like fully were like,
right,
yo, we should do like musically, we should actually try and like,
do something together.
Yeah.
So what year was this?
This
this is 2019.
19.
Yeah, so okay.
19.
So couple years now.
A couple years ago, yeah. And then the thing that like fast forward it a little bit more, we started like hanging out a lot after that. Became really, really good friends. Like even LoJack, like we all kind of incorporated like the friend group and everything. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my guy LoJack. But yeah, so we incorporated all our friend groups like together and everything. We became like a huge friend group from there. And then after that, the big thing that Sweet Like Chocolate came about because I got booked for Art Basel and he got booked for Art Basel, like in Miami separately.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Yeah. So literally, we were like, okay, we both have art Basel, so let's just go down there together, wherever it is. We'll stay together, this and that. Like, you know, I got a friend down there, he'll host us. Shout out to Nick Steffen, he'll host us. And then from there, you know, we'll just like, you know, go to our different gigs and everything as well. That was a weekend. Like, weekend. Like, you know, we went for it for sure. But I mean, like, but then every single time he DJ'd, like, I would just jump on, like, play some tracks with him. And then, like, same vice versa for me as well. And then after, as we're DJing, I think every single time, right? Like, some people come up to us like, "Oh, you guys are a duo, right?" And we're like, "Nah. Actually, it's his gig." And then like, you know, I'm just jumping on. They didn't care about that. They're just like, "No, you guys a duo? Yes or no?" Like, we're like, "No." But after a while, when we left Art Basel, we started thinking, we're like, "Yo, we should be a duo." Like, it makes way too much sense. Like,
if it makes sense, do it.
Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
So after that, like for me, like my wheels started turning as soon as we literally touched back down in LA, like from Miami. I was like, yo, cool. Like my wheels started turning straight away. Okay, how can we really make this thing work?
I remember the text. He's like, yo, let's team up. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And so then he was like, he actually said to me, he's like, yo, think of a name.
Yeah.
And I was like,
facts.
I was like, okay, like, so I'm sitting there trying to think. No less than, I think 15 minutes later, he's like, sweet like chocolate.
Boom.
And I was like, oh, perfect.
Over.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. So we kind of got into briefly on how you guys kind of formed.
Yeah.
We got the name. So from there, what are we doing now? Are we making like an official? Are we going out to making music? Are we DJing? Like, so what's kind of the next step?
That was our same question. I think in general we were just like, yo, like, you know, let's try to figure out the DJ thing first, and like, you know, like try and figure out like our identity sound wise. And I think that developed over time, but originally we were just like, yo, listen, let's just DJ together back to back, right? Like, and then from there, I'm thinking about more like right by the pandemic. So this is like, what's it called? When did the pandemic hit? Like March last year?
March 19?
Sorry, March.
Yeah.
Oh, 20. Sorry, 20.
20,
20.
Yeah. March 20, yeah. So like right before that, we had our first show in January, end of January, like January 20. And that was just us just playing like whatever, you know, just like a whole bunch of people came out because they were just like, oh, them two are playing together? Oh, cool. Let's come out, let's have a good time. And that was cool. We did that at Blind Barber in LA, which was like dope, like, you know, nice little like intimate setting, but a lot of people came out for it. But then after that, like, I think we kind of took a step back and we're like, hey, cool, like, how can we really like try to improve on that? Because like, you know, we both realized that we love house music, you know, and like me, Alex Noize is my brand. I was known for playing a whole bunch of the soul-lection stuff, you know, like the R&B. I'm an R&B and hip hop head, like, you know, like really just like from early. But I enjoyed house music. I needed an outlet to kind of differentiate myself from like doing R&B and hip hop. So I was like, yo, like, if we can literally kind of come together and just like make this thing a house music thing and try and like educate our fans about house music, then we can kind of get a little bit further. And that's like a nice little like unique selling point. And I mean, for you.
Yeah. I was doing like more like future beats, and I was probably playing more house than he was playing. But it was a nice way for us to kind of find like a middle ground. Yeah. As far as house, because we both love house. Yeah. But it wasn't exactly what our individual brands were. Yeah. So when we came together, it was like, hey, like this is what we're gonna do. And
then the
pandemic hit.
Yeah. I mean, we got booked. We got booked for a few shows.
Shows. We were booked for a lot of stuff actually.
For 19.
For 20.
For 20.
For 20. We had a lot of things coming up that were very exciting and
big moves.
Yeah, we were just we were gassed up. We were ready to go. And then, you know, just like everybody else, it's not just us. I'm sure it's you. I'm sure it's a lot of people. It's, you know, and we kind of had to just adjust to what's going on, what our new world is for time being.
So I want to rewind just a little bit.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys kind of wanted to group together in 2019ish, right? That's when from down in Miami, and then right?
Yes.
So Art Basel was December 2019. So now it's
effectively
going
into
effectively.
So you had a nice strong foot in LA. How was that scene for you at that time?
So the scene in LA, the house scene is, I mean, it's popping. I mean, there's a great scene out there. I mean, everybody knows about Sound nightclub out there. I mean, that's a place to play, man. If you're gonna play house music, I feel like that's where you want to go. But primarily for me, I was my LA DJing was mostly just hip hop. So it was like, going and playing at clubs and playing hip hop, but I wasn't playing, house music. Which was what was exciting about doing this. Cause it's like now when I know we're doing a show together, we can go out and I can play kind of like, not that I don't want to play hip hop, but what I want.
What I want to play.
What I want to play.
Not what they think I'm gonna play.
It's not politics. It's not like the club owner's not looking at me like, hey,
that was one.
You need to play this.
That was one of the first conversations we had. Remember?
Yeah.
Like we had that conversation. We were like, yo, listen, like like that whole open format thing is cool.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna do something together, like it has to be specialized.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I think as Black DJs in the house scene, rewind a little bit. So when I say that I'm a DJ, the first thing people say is, yo, you got the new Cardi B, or you got the new this, that, and that, little baby, like no, I don't have that.
How many times does that happen?
Yo, that is all the time. That is literally the whole thing of Sweet Like Chocolate.
All the time.
Right there.
All the time, dog. Mm-hmm. So it's a good feeling, but like, yo, I don't got that shit.
Yeah.
I got the new, Carl Cox. I got the new Eats Everything or whatever it is. Whatever it is that you don't know what I play it's right here. And that's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get this house and like it. Other than that, that's it.
And so a lot of being a DJ is playing something that people don't even know they want to hear.
Exactly.
So I want to open mind when I'm playing. I don't want you to come up to my booth and tell me like, do you have this? No, just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Relax, Mom. Relax.
Chill. Like,
I'm driving this
right here. Enjoy.
Top floor, yo.
Come on.
I'm driving this right here.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, I think that's one of the because, like I said, everything that our people play or that's what they see us play.
Yes.
That's expecting like. I mean, hip hop, yo, I love hip hop. I grew up hip hop. Hip hop, R&B, like that's my foundation of music.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that I sample and put on house stuff now is hip hop based. It's just because that's what I grew up. That's what I love. Mm-hmm. But also, house music comes in. House music is what I love, from top to bottom.
Facts, bro.
That's it.
I mean, honestly, for me, like especially back in England, back in when I went to school, I went to school in Bournemouth, which is like south of England. Like I went there. I hung out with a whole bunch of like black people. We were in like one group, but the thing is that the university was like a very, very white university. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's pockets of black people, but I mean, like, we all hung out together. I mean, we were on the basketball team and like, affiliated as well. But I mean, like, but in general, like, it's a very white school. But the thing is, like, I remember, like, one of my friends, he's actually a black guy. Like, he's from Essex, East, like, so he kind of like just over from East London. He was like, yo, like, like, house music's the thing right now, deep house, this and that. And I used to react like all my other friends used to.
Fuck out of here.
Like,
yeah. That boom, boom,
I want to hear that Meat Mill. I'm a boss. Like, this and that. But seriously, I mean, but like from then, I remember like, he was just like, yo, you need to come to these shows, especially if you DJ as well. I feel as though you like this kind of stuff. I used to be like, nah, man. I used to reject it, like violently be like, nah, fuck that, man. Like you go, how was it? Yeah, I bet it was whack, this and that. Because I used to think it was a very white person thing to do.
For sure.
Oh, same.
But then after a while, like literally, I remember like, I don't know how he convinced me. It was because there was some girls there or something like, you know what I mean? Like, so
always.
I just kind of was like, all right, cool. Like, let me go and, like, check it out. I remember, I'll never forget the song. I don't even remember, Julio Bashmore, Battle for Midi You. You know that song? It's basically one of my, like, now it's one of my favorite songs. But the first time I heard that was in that place. I just remember seeing the crowd and like the energy, like you said, like literally, and everybody just getting down and literally like, not a single problem in the place or anything. It's just like good vibes. I remember just being like, nah, this is like, just the DJ was playing, I think it was like, maybe in like Waifs and Strays, like playing that night or something. And I was just like, nah, this is crazy. This is like an experience that like, so then I kind of like got turned at that point. Now I'm trying to tell my friends like, nah, you need to come to this, and they were just like, nah, that's some white people stuff. I'm like, no, seriously, you need to come and listen to this, because I feel as though the whole race barrier behind it doesn't need to be one. It's just a matter of like kind of like, I guess, exposure. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of like the main driving force between us two. And like what we're doing now is Sweet Like Chocolate, because we're just trying to expose like, yo, like listen, like we could be two black guys in a house music space. Because the other black guys in there, like they're very much like, they're kind of untouchable. You think about your Carl Coxes, your MKs, even your Idris Elba's, you know what I mean? Like, he's not really, you know, but he is to a point, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, for sure.
Frankie Knuckles, like,
Yeah.
what's his name? Derek Carter, like,
Green Velvet.
Green
all
Velvet.
Green Velvet,
You know,
yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah,
what's
for
his
sure.
name? The other dude, he's one of my favorites.
Gene Ferreras, like all like.
Yeah, like,
And it's like the onesies and twosies, but like it seems.
but they're legends, so they're so untouchable that you can't really relate. You know what I mean? To a point.
They are legends, but and I don't know them personally, and I don't know what their inner workings are about. But I saw something the other day that kind of struck me, not the wrong way, but it struck me in a way that during this whole pandemic thing, you know, we're going with the, you know, the police brutality, the George Floyd stuff, and a lot of the black DJs, you know, were like, yo, we're not getting this. House music is black music. You're not putting black DJs on, blah, blah, blah. Which is cool, which is good. But when they have opportunities to host their own events, it's one black person on the bill. And the one black person on the bill is the one that's doing the bill.
Right.
It's so controversial, isn't it? Because like it's just like I get, and that's the thing. I feel as though the barrier to entry to be a black person in that space, they only let one person at a time. I want to say it. I want to be straight up about it. In my opinion, I mean, I feel as though literally, and it's not as though we're asking like, yo, like there should be like X amount of black people in every single bill or anything, but just like how like make it a lot more acceptable for us to literally be seen the same way. Because literally, like going back to your point, like you made earlier, it's like if people see us, they automatically think. The amount of messages we've got, literally, like, you know, like where we've been like, yo, we're meant to do this. It's like, hey, you know, we're playing house music, right?
All the time. All the time.
It's like,
What do you play?
I've been to a million of these events. Like, you see me around. Like, why do you think if you actually got me to DJ this event, I will play anything other than house music? Like, I could play both, you know, like, but I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I think now we're just trying to like make it more acceptable in general to see two black DJs who collaborate with each other, literally on the bill, playing like house music just like everybody else does, and there wouldn't be a dip in quality, there wouldn't be anything. It would just be kind of be like, yo, you see us as like your peers, as opposed to like, oh, we're letting them come on as a charity.
Not a handout.
So I want to touch on one thing.
Sure.
There's something that's actually that's happening right now is in dance music in general, hip hop is actually converting over to dance music.
Yes.
Facts.
You're seeing a lot of rap artists start to feature on house music. I mean, Shami has had Gunna, Lil Baby. I mean, the Martinez brothers have had Lil Baby on some songs, and you're starting to see the overlap because dance music, house music, everything is worldwide, and that is, I mean, a lot of people say, you know, rap is the genre of the world, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think house music and just dance music in general is the music of the world. And you're going to start seeing that a lot. You're going to see that overlap a lot more. So I feel like the time is coming for us as a people to be more represented in this space. It's coming now.
And we're not political or anything, but it's just more
it's just more
like,
so.
you know,
not political at all.
It's not political.
Yeah.
It's
At
just
all.
yeah. It's
Representation. I'm big on representation.
Exactly.
For sure. Because if someone sees me DJing and, you know, just not even coming to like the venue, someone sees me on social media, IG, whatever, they'll be like, yo, that's a black dude playing house music. Maybe I can be like him, not even because he's so awesome, but maybe I'm black, they're black. Come on out.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a good time. Have a vibe.
Sure.
I guarantee even, I mean, a lot of my friends from England, even from here, like even LoJack can attest to this as well, like literally like, even if they don't, even if at first, if like, you know, like it takes a little bit of convincing of like, yo, listen, you need to come to one of my shows and that or anything, I guarantee you, like 95% of my friends who've come to our house music show have enjoyed it, like with me playing. But I feel as though it's literally that whole kind of like, I don't know if if I'm accepted or if that, you know, like, yo, is this something that I'm gonna be into, this and that, you know, because like it's still that mantra of, you know, like, oh yeah, it's not for me, so therefore I shouldn't enjoy it.
Exactly.
Because I'm told not to enjoy it.
It's a great way of putting it.
Great way to put it. And that's like I said, representation is the way to do it. We're, like I said, we're part of a group, Noise in the Hood, is a collective of all black house DJs. And during this pandemic, we became a lot closer as friends, as family, as a brothership. And I can't wait till this pandemic is over, because it's gonna be it's gonna be fucking crazy, dog. Crazy. Because it's gonna be the same type of swag that you get in like hip hop venues, but it's gonna be house music, man.
Yeah.
Sauce.
The
Yeah,
sauce.
that's sauce.
The sauce, man.
Sauce.
Yo, the juice lasts. The sauce lasts forever.
That's forever.
You know what I mean?
That's forever. That's forever.
Lasts
Yeah.
forever. That's forever.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So now we got it kind of you know the inner workings of Sweet Like Chocolate.
Yeah.
So what are kind of things that I know things got put on hold in 2020, but like what can we expect in hopefully 2021? Everything will be open.
Yeah.
2021, 2022. What kind of things can we expect from you guys as a collective or as
Oh
a
my
group?
gosh,
I mean,
a lot. I'll start it off. And then you can,
please.
yeah. So, a lot. Because the good thing. I guess I could say that the good thing about, because you got to be optimistic in any situation you're in. What's come out of this is us being able to plan, sitting down, mapping out like, hey, this is Sweet Like Chocolate. This is what we want to do. So what we realized when we started actually planning this thing out is that this is more than just a DJ duo. Sweet Like Chocolate is a business. It's a brand. We're getting into fashion. We're getting into entertainment, putting on events. We're getting into just so many things going on behind the scenes. Like we mentioned earlier, tequila brand that we're with. So music is definitely there. Like we're obviously, me and him are in the studio. We live together, so we're in the studio almost every day working on our first project together. So that's something to look out for. We have a fashion line that's getting worked on.
I love it.
The first collection is coming.
What do you think about starting our own podcast as well? We're trying to do some original content, like off our YouTube channel. I mean, I think one thing that we noticed about like we really broke down. Firstly, like we tried to like kind of really break down, like kind of see our audience and like kind of what they're into and what they like about us. And it wasn't necessarily as like everybody was literally listening to our mixes and everything. People just liked us and like kind of like just us as us two and our camaraderie between each other.
As people, yep.
As people. And we realized that that's the brand. It's not the fact that we can DJ well. That's not the brand. It's literally just like kind of us collaborating as like, two people like with the same but different from different backgrounds. But at the same time, we're out all the time. People always see us together. We realize like, okay, that's the brand and that's something that we should be selling. So from there, we kind of broke down, okay, cool. Like, like what do we like? Like, us two. We're just giving game right now. I mean, like we just realized like, we shouldn't we shouldn't try anything new. If it's about us anyway, like let's just like kind of like try and get into things that we enjoy. So we're like, okay, cool, like music, obviously that's one thing. Fashion, that's his thing. I mean, I'm along for the why.
Gotta be swagged out.
Hey, you do your thing. You do your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just copy him. That's my guy. But so it's fashion, but then like also events. Naturally, we always like to bring a whole bunch of people together as well. Obviously, that's on hold at the moment. But the fourth thing, which I think is like the anomaly as well, is like original content. You know what I mean? She's like, it'd be anything from like podcasts to just vlogs to like, just kind of like being able to like kind of step out of our comfort zone and put ourselves in front of the camera and like kind of be a little bit more, just like, can we just be captured as just us as opposed to like us doing something candidly, you know what I mean? So I feel as though those four things kind of like, just like kind of like branching our, just like our brand out. And I feel as though if they can all move concurrently, we both feel as though if they can all move concurrently at the same time, then from there, like literally just like that's like multiple ways in which our brand can be consumed by our audience that are literally invested in it. So
and that's a good thing about evolution.
Yeah.
You may start off with one thing, but then you see it, you obviously sit down, break things down, and then you see maybe like they may like that, and it's like one cyclical motion of what they want.
And that's why when the pandemic happened, we had to adapt like quickly because like for us, right when the pandemic happened, we just think about shows. Yeah. We didn't think about anything else. We're just like, we need to be this show, and then we'll hopefully blow up like because like a lot of people will see us and everything, but we didn't have any of our branding done at all. Whereas now, like we've just kind of like taken that time behind to literally try and like do all the stuff, all the elbow grease that we don't want to do because we always say we're too busy or we're too hungover, we're too this and that. But now we've actually kind of like taken some time to really think about, okay, cool, what are we really about? Who can we really touch with this? Like so. Yeah.
I mean, fellas, it's this podcast is I wish we can go like forever and ever. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on the house music in today, like going on today. Who are some of your production and like DJ guys you like not necessarily look up to because we're all the same age basically, so look up to anybody. But like who you guys some of you listen to? I know you say you've been to like that UK stuff, the UK garage stuff.
I think DJ production are two different things. I think
Correct.
But, like,
Correct.
At the same time, I mean, like we already know who we're gonna say.
Yeah, you already
straight
know.
up.
So we have like, or emulate like.
Yeah. I mean, our inspiration, 100%.
Yeah, inspiration.
Like,
Yeah,
inspiration. Like the Martinez brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%,
Like we saw that
100%.
we see the way. I mean, literally for them, like we had separately been fans of them.
Oh my gosh,
before we came together. You mean,
Sure.
and I think we actually became friends of the fact that we were fans of them. You know, like separately, but like just seeing the way they move and everything as well. We're like, yo, like we just want to move like them. You know what I mean? Like they just the amount of energy they bring to their sets and everything as well. They're just cool guys. The sound, everything, like it all kind of comes into one thing. So I think literally from a DJ set perspective, like, you know, even like, you know, when we play tonight and everything, it's gonna be like very similar to, you know, that kind of stuff, you know?
Okay.
Because they don't play just like one genre. They can play anything they want, but the thing is like you just have to trust their ear. And I think like that's one thing about us. Like we can literally play whatever we want. It's just a matter of just trusting our ear. You know what I mean? Just trusting our energy. And if we enjoy something, our ears have been developed to a point where like we trust that other people would enjoy what we enjoy as well. And people just enjoy the energy of us just enjoying the music, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense.
So that's like one thing I think. But like from a production perspective, I think we're definitely influenced by like, I guess like the vintage kind of sound, like the Chicago, the old school Kerry Chandler.
Okay, that jacking,
Like, yeah, really with those like similar kind of synths and everything as well. Like Detroit, Chicago, like Detroit Sindel. Because like one that, you know, we definitely like trying to like emulate-ish, but kind of add our own little sauce to it as well.
Take a little bit from them or whoever and just sprinkle a little bit.
Sprinkle a little bit, just it's the sauce, man.
Right?
The bounce.
That's
the
how
bounce,
it is. Same influence.
So
sure.
I think, yeah, I mean, like, but the Martinez brothers, and then the Martinez brothers as well on the production side as well. But I mean, like, their kind of energy is something I feel is like us is like a duo.
We didn't even tell the Let It Go story.
Oh, the Let It Go story.
Yeah.
The Let It Go story.
That's so funny.
Right, so
because that song is like, because now like
it's big.
We're talking right now, and that song, this is a year later.
Number 3 on the Beatport.
It's number 3 on the Beatport charts, but we heard this song a year ago.
Prior.
Art Basel,
and that's what like we both heard this song. It was the
we're watching that circle set.
The circle set,
exactly.
Yeah.
Shit,
Exactly.
I love that
exactly.
shit.
Yeah. You know this Martinez one, the Singapore one.
Yeah, Singapore. Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
And so we were listening to the set, and he's like, "Whoa, what was that song? Shazam it!" And I Shazammed the wrong song, which actually that song ended up being
my favorite song.
His favorite song,
ironically.
But no, the Let It Go song was it's such a special song, and like there's a reason why it is what it is now. But we caught on to that, and not to act like, oh, we heard about that first, but nah, we heard about that first.
Yeah, right.
For real.
We heard about it first. We broke the record. We was in Miami. Like it was like we were just like pre-gaming before. We had like a warehouse set. This is the same time we actually linked up, like to like, you know, start doing a duo thing
In Miami.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah. Art Basel. So I think I had a warehouse set that night. So we were just like kind of like pre-gaming beforehand and everything, and we had that Martinez brothers set on the TV. So yeah, like she was like, "Yeah, what song is this? What song is this?" We got the song, whatever it is. I think we went and bought it on Beatport or, you know, did something else. Like we bought it on Beatport. Edit that. Like, and then from there, we played that song non-stop that weekend. One of us would. Like literally, even if I think 1% we split. I was doing my own thing, this and that. I can walk into a brunch and I start hearing that song. I was like, "Oh, Garrett's playing right at the moment."
Right.
You already knew, but yeah, and then from there, like, we fell in love with that song. I guess, like, maybe it had to have been, like, what's it, like, when did it first start coming around?
So
again?
they dropped it, and then they, like, re-dropped it.
Yeah, that's
like,
what it was.
Yeah, like, Defected came and dropped
re-released
it,
it.
re-released it.
Yeah.
And then that's when it really, really got
Popped up,
traction.
yeah.
And then he started having people remix it, and I think Dom Dollar did a remix.
And
a couple other
Vintage
people.
Culture as well.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
that, and that's now popping off.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a big song right now.
Yeah.
Didn't they release like an album of just like all remixes?
Space Jams.
Yes, Space Jams.
No.
Who talking about?
The Martinez brothers.
Yeah, Space Jam. Yeah, Space Jam.
No. Space Jams is just like
that's their own
an album.
mixtape.
Let mixtape.
Yeah.
So
edits.
they did I think they did it recently. I'm not sure, but I think they did like an album of just all
I think they
all
did
remixes.
actually. I think they did. They
No,
did
that's
drop.
not the Cotton Heads joint.
I think they dropped their own project of just all remixes.
All
of
remixes
Let It Go.
of that song.
Just Let
Oh
It
yeah,
Go.
yeah. They did. Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Sorry,
Mhm.
my bad. I'm just.
It's all
catching
good.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I like that track, but some of the remixes are like they're super fire,
Yeah.
Mhm.
super fire.
That dub.
Yeah.
They've got their own dub that they
More
originally
energy,
dubbed.
more
It's
energy.
yeah,
than the original,
crazy.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
it's different guys across and girls across the world that remix the song and give it their own sauce and own flavor.
Right, for
So
sure.
that's dope. That's dope. So let's talk about. I know you guys mentioned that you guys have an album coming out soon, or working on an album. Is album or EP,
Ah,
or
God.
it's
We're
collection,
so-
or whatever
it's-
guys
it's
call
a-
it these days.
Yeah, it's funny because we have a lot of stuff in the pipeline that we're still trying to figure out, like,
Direction.
what exactly is this gonna be? Like, what do you want it to be? And
It's
we
weird.
just keep working on it.
It's weird because
Yeah.
like we would like the way we workflow wise is generally like like one of us will start an idea, boom, and the other person will come and correct. You mean so literally like we wouldn't necessarily be in this room at the same time when we're making the idea. Like I'll come downstairs and listen to what he's done and be like, okay, cool, yo, this is dope. Like, yo, cool. Like actually, let me add this, to this, and this. And so like we work separately but together to a point where we'll finish it together, but we'll work separately creating. So I think kind of like, as like things came along, we were like, okay, well, this is a dope edit, or I made this an edit which was original at first, but I decided to make this an edit, and that kind of stuff. So that's why, like, literally from a direction of like a project standpoint, we're literally just like, okay, cool. If we're gonna put a whole bunch of edits together, let's maybe release this in EP. But at the same time, like we made 2 yesterday, that could become an album. So like we're kind of doing both at the same time. Like just like kind of making just like an EP of edits, like just like making like just like an actual project. So whatever we decide, like we're probably gonna take a little bit more time on it because we want to make sure it's right, and then like whatever we decide is gonna make the most sense. Because obviously, if the DJs are all DJing right now at the same time, and so we actually send it to DJs and they're playing out, then the edits will make the most sense because then that can kind of get us more well known. That's game. But like obviously right now and everything, I mean like if we want to start talking about more label talk and everything and kind of be a little more financially secure with it and like kind of get a good backing and good distribution behind it, then maybe the album will make more sense. So
That's a good topic. It's a little topic. As far as putting stuff out on your own compared to label work, which one do you see is more beneficial? What are pros and cons of each, if you touch on that? Because obviously, if you have a big label backing you and you sell those rights to that song, you kind of, the name, monetary wise, not so much. If you put yourself, Bandcamp like that, you get all those dollars or whatever Bandcamp is kind of charging at that time.
I mean, I think the best thing about this project is the fact that like we have 2 entities outside of this project. So therefore, even if we like, if we decide to go with a label with this project and everything, like, and like we've done our due diligence, we set up the LLC, we set up our trademark, like we own this 50-50 as ourselves. We can still literally kind of step away and be like, okay, cool. Like, and it's not as though we've sold our whole lives away to this because we have 2 formed entities with followings outside of this as well. So I think that kind of like, that kind of makes that kind of decision easier. Me personally, and you may have a different opinion to this. Like, I don't think we may not even have the same opinion, but I personally think as though like I would prefer in this instance that you just like kind of gotta go with a label and we already have that distribution out there because in that you're telling your sound to a label. I mean, as opposed to literally just like trying to like literally like have something that sounds like this label, but you're trying to do it yourself where you may not necessarily have amassed that following, if that makes sense. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, I actually agree with you on that. I would rather go and get the distribution and get our name out there and have more eyes on us as opposed to, I don't do music for money.
Okay, there we go.
I do it because I love doing music.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
so it's not for monetary gain. It's just for the pure aspect that I love creating. So
The vibes.
The
vibes.
vibes.
Always good
The
vibes.
vibes. So if more people are gonna be able to hear the vibes, then that's the direction I would love to go.
Perfect.
So I would rather, have a scene in the light, and yeah, I mean, I feel like we have something so special
Facts.
that people need to hear this.
For sure.
they like the things that we have cooking. They have to hear it, and I just can't wait. I'm so excited. Sometimes I get so excited because I'm on his case sometimes where I'm like, yo, like we need to release this. We need to get this out there, and he's just like, bro.
Cálmate.
Cálmate, pa.
Cálmate.
No, for real. I'm the one who's more just like, yo, let's do this, let's do it now. And he's so much just like he sees just, you know.
It's because I've been through this before.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I mean, I've released an R&B. I've done through a hip hop and R&B album with someone else, like collaborating as well. Like so, I feel as though like not to say that like you know like any mistakes I made on that one, but I'm saying like, I kind of want to like just try and use the experiences from that to literally shape how we do this, because I feel as though taking the time to make it right and distribute it in the right way will just work better wonders than, you know, it's like, oh, you made something hot, put it out. Right. You know, or like let's try and find like so and so. It sounds like let's put it out. I'd rather we kind of like, you know, take the time to really kind of just like, you know, because I feel like people, if anything, you're just generating more and more demand. Correct. To a certain point.
But that's a good thing about having a partner. You can bounce ideas off each other. You know what I mean? Sure. Maybe it's good at this time, and maybe you see it as not good at time. But it's like a yin and yang type of deal. Sure. And if a partner or a group is like too much of the same, I mean, it may work out, but like you need that balance.
Or
whatever that balance is. If it's, you know, I'm gonna go 1,000 miles an hour, and this guy's like, let's just pump it just a little bit, you know what I mean, and vice versa. But as far as the group thing and the production thing, 2022-ish,
probably before then.
Can we get an exclusive or something? Like, let's go.
I mean, honestly, I mean, I think like we have. I mean, we got some demos right now.
Yeah,
we got some demos and everything. Like, you know, we're just. I mean, stuff that we're now like playing out within, like, you know, like just like when we can play at the moment. But I mean, like when we do have the opportunity to play or stream whatever it is, like we have stuff that's playable.
Send me them demos, man.
Yeah.
Send me them demos, man.
I mean, but I mean, I can't really put a date on, me personally, I can't really put on a date on anything, just because, I mean, it depends on, like, we're really going to try and get some stuff finished this year. So it depends on, like, you know, like how.
And that was one of the things was I used to always try to put a date on it. I used to be like, yo, let's like have a deadline date. And he's like, you can never put a date on creativity and just perfection. You can't put a date on that.
Yeah.
So when you're creating and you're making something, you can't rush it. Just, you know, it's gonna be out when it's out. Yeah. And just leave it at that. So, and so I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'll trust the process, and, you know, let's just keep doing what we're doing.
But at the same time, it's a balance, because at the same time, like that kind of puts in my house, like, all right, cool, well, we need to put something out. Like, you know?
Right. For
sure, so I think it's just a matter of balancing, kind of using, like, you know, as long as we're like putting 100% effort into it, we're not just like say that from a point of laziness, being like, oh yeah, we'll do it like, you know, next week or anything. Like, as long as we're actually like, kind of authentically putting a lot of effort into it, I think that, you know, like it will make sense when it does come out, and I think that we will be able to really make some moves when it does, because I really believe in it. I think like anybody who's been around us believes in it as well. So,
hell yeah. So like I said earlier, we're about to hop on these decks.
Yep.
And you guys said you're going to probably play some or inspired some Martinez Brothers stuff. What else can we expect? Can we get some exclusives? Can I Shazam some things now or no?
Yeah, you definitely Shazam some things.
For sure. I mean, I think we might have a couple no IDs on there.
No IDs.
Like,
we'll try. Nah, but I think probably, I mean, we just go with the vibes, man. You know what I mean? Like, we'll just, I mean, like, I guess keep it sexy for the first bit.
I like that.
So that honestly, that right there is what has made this experience between each other so much fun, is because wherever we're playing, we just honestly vibe off each other. It's like, oh, you're playing that? Like, okay, I'm gonna play this.
It's like playing with your boy. It's like playing with your boy. You mean, like, that's what it is.
That's just so much fun to me. It's like freestyling when you're rapping. You know, that's what it is. You're just curating the vibe together, and however he's feeling, you know, I'm gonna know where to take it after that. So
I want to say little secret. This is something that, you know, we're about to
give out game.
Yeah.
Not even a game. It's not even a game. This is just literally between us. Nah, but before every set, we always look at each other and we're like, okay, cool, who's driving? Because that basically means that who's like kind of like taking the lead about like the sound and everything as well. Because then the other person kind of matches that.
Yeah,
kinda, like
that vibe
keeps that going. Because especially on there's nights where we're drinking, we're having fun and everything as well. And so, oh shit, we have to play. That's all right, cool. You're driving tonight. I bet, at least that way I had to kind of take things a little more seriously and kind of like direct. Like the sound and thing as well. And then like the other person, like we've played together enough where we can just match the sound without me having to say, hey, you should probably play that one next or anything. It is what it is. And that's the idea of a back-to-back at the end of the day. Like the art of back-to-back, I feel as though doesn't really get talked about enough.
It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't. Because most back-to-backs aren't between a group, because obviously that's a group then.
Yeah.
But most back-to-back are like, yo, I got this DJ that I promised a gig this time. And I also got a DJ that I promised this tonight, the same night.
Put it together.
Yeah. They can be complete different opposites of the thing, but it's like, you gotta learn how to do
but
that.
There's so many unwritten rules of back-to-backs as well. You know what I mean? Like that,
there is.
Like that. I feel as though like, and no one ever talks about them. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they never talk about like that. Like just the art of a back-to-back. Like what makes a back-to-back good? Like what makes a back-to-back a nightmare? It's like just like the same kind of thing as like green room etiquette.
Yeah,
like it's things that just don't get talked about, but you should know if you're there. But a
lot of it is just not overstepping your boundaries.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. And that's the good thing about being boys doing it. It's like you understand that he's not overstepping his boundaries or vice versa. It's just like the vibe at that time. Yeah. But if I don't know you, it's like you're trying to big time me during this whole shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's not even like that. It's just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. Right,
so if I play a song that's at 124, I'm kind of mellow, and you come with some wild shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, hard. Bet. Okay. Yeah. Straight. You know what I mean?
Oh, we doing that?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll be doing that. It's go wild, But I don't know, man. It's maybe we'll do a book on how to play back to back.
Yeah.
Back.
We have to make sure we trademark that.
Trademark that. For sure. So before we get on the decks, let everybody know where they can find you guys individually, and then let everybody know where they can find you as a group, as a collective. I want YouTube. I want everything. IG, all of it.
At Official Zen1th across all platforms.
Spell that too. Spell that.
Official Zen1th. ZEN1TH.
There we go.
1TH.
I fucked it up too. Yeah. TH and then one.
Yo, Zen1th is a popular name. I didn't know. I had to differentiate myself.
Yo, that one makes it special. Right?
Hell yeah.
But, for me, it's who is Alex Noize, Noiz or Z, no matter where you're from, E. And then that's on everything like Instagram, Facebook, I guess YouTube, I don't know. But anyway, that's me. And alexnoize.com as well. My website has everything about me on there personally. And then together it's Sweet Like Chocolate everywhere. And then our website is sweetlikechocolate.net. Working on the .com, it's going to cost a little bit of money, but we'll get there. So.
And YouTube, right? You guys just launched the YouTube page.
Just launched the YouTube channel as well. And there's a whole bunch of random letters and everything. We're figuring that out. Like, give us a couple weeks, and then we'll figure that out as well. But just like go to sweetlikechocolate.net, and you'll be able to find our YouTube page from there. So
there we go.
Yeah,
my dudes,
my man.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate you.
Okay,
right.
Yo, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's hop on them decks. Let's go.
Peace.
My dudes, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
sensitivity about folks and what folks' problems are and what folks
I ain't gonna break all that. I'm a Wonder Woman. I ain't gonna take all that. I'm a Wonder Woman. I ain't gonna break all that. I'm a Wonder Woman. I ain't gonna take all that. I'm a Wonder Woman. 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 Today's the day for something new. I realize I've changed my point of view. Too many words I've never dared to say. Now it's my turn, my day. Today's the day for something new. I realize I've changed my point of view. Too many words I've never dared to say. It's my turn, my day.
something here. I got something here.
It's all about us.
What you doing?
Yeah, you're gonna put me down. But they don't know things you do to me, or the way they make me feel inside, girl. Your sweet love just keeps me, girl, it keeps me satisfied. Yeah, without your loving. And keep the fires burning, baby. Without your loving. Now don't you ever stop me. Without your loving. Really make it hot, baby. Without your loving. Don't you ever stop me. I know I'm not the only guy you got on your mind, babe. Can't find the reason why you got your love working overtime. You're the one when I really need. You're always on my mind, yeah. Your sweet love, girl, it keeps me, girl, it keeps me satisfied. Yeah, shout out your loving. And keep the fires burning, baby. Shout out your loving. And keep the fires burning, baby. It's going down, down. 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 It's going down. It's going down, down. It's going It's going down. It's going down.